Welcome to Joe's Astrology. Today is March 13th, 2024. It is Wednesday, Mercury's day. And the moon is in Taurus. And I think the moon in Taurus is one of the best places for Taurus. And I was just thinking about this. It's not because the books say that the moon is exalted in Taurus. I was just sitting here thinking that, and then I asked myself, why is the moon the best sign in Taurus? And I totally forgot that the books say that the moon is exalted in Taurus. And I was thinking the reasons why the moon is the best sign in Taurus. And then I remembered that Venus rules Taurus, and I wasn't even thinking about that. I was just thinking about some of the things that people with moon in Taurus would be attracted to. And it is just something about them that they have this. The best way to describe it, I guess, is beauty. They have this beauty about them. It's sensual, and that's a key word for Taurus, sensuality. Their energy is just very sensual, which is very attractive to me anyway. Particularly because I'm probably not very sensual, or at least I can be the opposite and be very rigid and Virgo-like, I guess you would call it, picky, uh, not not a person who can just enjoy the moment, at least in my past anyway. Lazy is a negative keyword that I find myself lately being lazy and being okay with it, and in fact enjoying it. And that's Moon in Taurus. Now, the one thing I don't like about Moon in Taurus is, nowadays many people are very materialistic, and I do not like that side of Moon in Taurus. Although I could use some of that energy, I think, so that's a good thing. But I don't, um, it has its place as well, being materialistic and money centered, etc. But that's one thing I don't like about Taurus, Moon and Taurus, and the reason is with this, we have all this Pisces going on right now, is that this energy will think that they need money in order to, and material goods in order to really enjoy themselves. And it reminds me of, with this chart, kind of reminds me of being a kid. And you talk to so many people, and they miss being a kid, they miss childhood, and yet they don't live their lives as if they were a kid, and they blame adulthood, the way things are, etc. And it's it just makes no sense whatsoever, because they they could literally do the things. They could just be a kid, do the things that they did when they were a kid right now, and they just don't do it. Um, we have a lot of the things that they're involved in are probably like their um, the marriage, the having children, being the workplace. But even the people that don't necessarily have some of those things, they're still not really doing that either. It comes back to this Moon in Taurus. We are with planes and travel. People will want to acquire money to travel, and there's nothing wrong with that. Um, but they're not doing the things that they did when they were a kid. Like when I was a kid, you could just go out, walk somewhere, meet some people, hang out, right out in the middle of the street, and people just don't do that anymore. I mean, yesterday I was out at a park, There's no one there. There's certainly no one there that's single. You might see some families and some tending to little kids. But yeah, this energy really reminds me of how beautiful Moon in Taurus is, and it could be even more beautiful uh, if that person has that mentality uh, or balances out that materialism. And what's interesting about that is Taurus is that sign that could be associated with money and the finer things, but it's also uh, a sign that rules land, and it is an earth sign. Um, so just being outside, putting your feet on the ground, this is something that Moon and Taurus is capable of, but it's definitely missing in modern man and woman. Now, certainly, I'm sure there's many people out there that have probably more so the Sun in Taurus. They have farms, they're into the outdoors. Uh, yeah, definitely more of a Sun in Taurus theme. Uh, but modern man and woman definitely is missing, especially in the cities, is missing that aspect of Moon and Taurus, and that is what is really that's truly what makes them sensual people. It's not the attraction to or the involvement in luxury goods. And Moon and Taurus wants to feel secure. Yeah, Moon and Taurus definitely wants to feel that security. That goes along with the money and the land, etc. They want to do things that make them feel secure. And that's where we have Moon and Taurus. If they move into their opposite sign, Scorpio, other people's money, attracting money, going and getting money, with that Scorpio opposition there. They do that in order to feel secure. And this chart's interesting with all that Pisces. I mean, if a person was born with this chart, I would say they're like nowadays, if they're not spiritually oriented, they're probably going to chase money for sure. They're going to chase their dreams with that Mercury and Aries, North Node in Aries. But I see this as a spiritual person. If a spiritual person was born with this energy, uh, who really puts their security in the unknown, uh, could would be I think would be a very 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 beautiful person, spiritually speaking. Not to say everyone should do that, but a person born who is spiritual oriented with this chart, that Moon in Taurus, that would be a very very beautiful Moon in Taurus for sure. They would be the one who is living their life as if they were a kid. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I will continue these daily forecasts, and I hope you have a great day.